What's up? I'm in a different place. I'm in a different place. But I'm just doing a little video. I'm also cooking me some food right now. It's my first meal of the day. So just a little update, y'all. Your girl lost her job. Yes, you heard that correctly. Your bitch lost her job. Yeah. And I'm not even gonna hold. It was my motherfucking fault. Like, and I say that to say it was my fault because I came to New Orleans. I came here, I'm here. And I came here and I'm like, you know, I'm about to get gun ho. I'm about to learn, experience, and just try something different. And I know it's gonna help me with my business and stuff like that, but really, my main objective while I'm here is to learn. Well, I definitely learned something, okay? And the biggest thing that I literally have learned is that, like, I wasn't consistent with my obedience. The only thing God asked me to do when I came down here was the first thing he asked me to do was move down here. Second thing he asked me to do was learn and to experience. Here I go, wanting to be HBIC. Like, I literally know where I'm from. First of all, I flew here and I grew here. What are you talking about? Only been here for a certain amount of time. And he told me to move here, to learn, to experience, and to be myself. And in the place I was working at, beautiful restaurant, beautiful restaurant. Fairly new too, so much that I could learn. When I say fairly new, like just opened up. And so much I could learn. And so much I did learn while I was there for the time being of me being there. However, my learning was cut short because I was too focused on this ain't really what I want to do. This is not what I want to do. I want to be working on my business. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. I became the negative Nancy. I became a negative Nancy in my own life. And it's crazy because I had told my friend Tiffany, and she sent me this Bible study called Spiritual Warfare. And I started watching it, you know, yesterday and stuff like that. So I'm watching it, and I connected with it so much. Woke up this morning crying. Last night, you know, I was crying. And not because, oh my God, I lost, like, oh my God, I don't have a job. Like, yes, that's big, you know. Your girl do got bills. And, you know, your girl do want to live. But I was crying because I knew I misstepped in my assignment. And because I misstepped in my assignment, something that could have been fruitful for me essentially became stopped prematurely. Like, essentially stopped prematurely because I was in a rush. And because I wasn't being obedient. And because after a while, it's like, I stopped listening to God and I started listening to the wrong spirit. And it's real. Like, you know, in this process, you do have to have, you know, spiritual discernment and make sure that you're listening to who you're supposed to be listening to. And I'm thinking that I'm listening to God, knowing that I'm not really listening to him. Because here I am, still trying to go, still trying to maneuver, move this, and this. I'm trying to get this together, get this together. When it was just like, I'm in a new city, I don't even know people. How am I even going to sell business? How am I even going to do and have my business and conduct it so it can have longevity if I don't even know the people that's in the damn community? I haven't even introduced myself, yet I'm trying to introduce my gifts. And I know, like, I'm coming from a different place, so I definitely do understand that. Like, Chicago is different. Chicago, people fuck with you on, they fuck with who you are, but it's also connected to, like, what you do and also what you can do for them. So, I'm still in those type of ways. Whereas here in the world, people fuck with you off of what the fuck you do. Like, not my bad. Sorry, because I'm also cooking and shit. But people fuck with you not off of what you do, but who you are. And because of who you are, and if they fuck with who you are, they're gonna automatically fuck with your business. But again, I didn't even know the rules to the motherfucking man yet before I'm just trying to jump on in that motherfucker. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's still, I'm trying to be hasty when I should be walking. And it's crazy because I was listening and watching The Basement with Tim Ross. I'm okay about to, like, for 21 days, I'm going to, like, want to give up watching TV, drinking, smoking, and also, like, heavy meats. I'm gonna start, you know, like heavy meats, or if I do, like, do meat, I choose to have 1 to 2 seafood dishes just per week, but no other meat than that. I'm gonna start it tomorrow, for sure, just because I think I am trying to have a little short ribs tonight. I'm not gonna lie. I could have put it back in my freezer, but that's good. And essentially, I just might but yeah, that's really good. All right. Anyway, focus. I was gonna make some egg with that, but. But, shit, so, my bad, y'all. So, I was watching Tim Ross, and he had Michael Todd on there, and I love both of them. So, I love both of them. I was watching The Basement. Now, I was about to start with, I was going to start with one of the sermons, not one of the sermons, one of the talks that they were talking about, and it was like accountability. And I was like, ooh, that's facts. But then while I was looking at that one, another video had popped up, and it was like obedience. Like, obedience is gonna lead to success. And you know me, I'm crying about it. Because, like, again, like I said, I'm not crying because I got fired. No, I'm not doing that. I'm crying because of the fact that I recognized in that moment, I did hold myself accountable. That's why I am going to go watch it for sure. But I recognized that I was the only person to blame for my own demise, because I'm trying to be hasty. And I don't know if it's because I do feel like shit, I ain't got enough time, or this, and this, or that's what the enemy wants me to have. But I know that, like, what God told me to do and what I did do was not what he told me to do. He told me to come in here, come to New Orleans, learn, experience this, and this. Learn, experience, and be myself. I came here trying to prove myself instead of be myself. And that's where you can get yourself fucked the fuck up, okay? And also get God's message fucked the fuck up. Because you realize here that people don't fuck with you because you do. People fuck with you automatically here because of who you are. And because they fuck with you because of who you are, they don't fuck with what you do. And I have that shit all backwards. And also too, this isn't my season of doing what I need to do for my business. This was my season of learning and experiencing. I'm in a new place. But I can say that, like, me turning 28, I can't wait. Hold on, y'all. I can't even see me. Hold on. Alright. There we go. But you know, me, I'm turning this year. I turned 28. I turned 28 and shit. And you know, I kind of started having like a quarter life. Not kind of started, but I can say that I did start having like a quarter life crisis in a way. Cause I'm like, a bitch is 28. Not really 28, still trying to figure out what the fuck she want to do, yada, yada, yada. Like, I know I have my business, this, and this, and I know I can do that, and it's like, but that's not what this season is for. The season is for learning, experiencing, and becoming myself. And if I would have obeyed, just obeyed, where could I be? One, probably not unemployed, and I gotta look for something quick, okay? But also, this time I'm not trying to go where God has not told me to go. And also humble myself. I know that I'm all that in a bag of chips, but in somebody else's motherfucking bag, I'm just the crumbs. Let me not try to do things also off of too, like, Chicago standards and codes, but also it was some of the same things that used to happen in Chicago that I literally used to despise because of that. People really truly only fuck with you sometimes, especially in Chicago, because of, oh, well, what you got, or how many followers you have, or damn, is this bitch pretty or not, you know, yada, yada, yada. Like, oh, like, well, who fucked with her before so I can see whether or not I want to, like, you know, hire her. Sometimes it's so hard to be in a city that can be commercial. That can be commercial. And then when you come to a city that is organic, that is a place where, gee, you can do and be whatever the fuck you want to, as long as you accept you and you are being the real you, that's all that people care about. And I just came here. Hell, I just got settled. Like, a bitch ain't even got no furniture in her crib. That's why y'all hear this echo. Like, I'm still getting settled. And here I am. Trying to run before a bitch even crawled. And so I say this to say, and it sucks because I can see even too with my friends, like, which is what happens when they just obey and listen to God. Even the other day, I ain't gonna lie, yesterday, which is AKA the other day, I went to the grocery store, right? I went to the grocery store, I went to Whole Foods, and I had made me a list, and I was like, I'm only getting what the fuck is on my list. Mind you, I have a problem with just doing that. I have a problem with just getting what's on my list. And I was like, no. I was like, because I went to church, all of that, you know, because I be having to get myself back together. Really get myself back together. And I had to go to the place where I'm like, I don't know, I'm burnt out. I had to get myself back together. I needed to talk to him all the time. And it's crazy because I ain't never been to a church in New Orleans as I've been here, but I definitely will go back to the one I went to. I really liked it. It was smaller, and it's crazy because it's not, it kind of went back to them old school grandmama churches. You know your salad gonna be busting when your dressing is busting. And got right off the season on it. But not overly, but anyway, I went to the church, crazy, because one of the ladies also gave me a ride back, and she was like, how did you find out? And I was like, honestly, I lost my job yesterday. And she was like, oh my God. And I was like, I knew I need to go to church because I knew that it wasn't me losing my job. It was me being in spiritual warfare and being blinded and not listening to who I was supposed to listen to that made me lose my job. Not the job itself. And even today, I wrote an email to them and apologized. I don't do that shit. I don't ever write an email to any job that I have left. Period. But I knew, even yesterday, that was one thing, being obedient. That's one thing God told me to do. Write a letter. Write an email to them to apologize. And to literally also tell them thank you. Because, shit, though he wasn't for them, even doing that, I wouldn't even realize that, like, God was really trying to show me, you gonna be your own fucking demise. You trying to rush. You thinking that you know what the fuck is you need to do. You not listening. You're gonna be your own demise. And it's gonna look like everything else is out to get you, but really you fucking yourself up. And you listening to the wrong spirit. And it's crazy because even while I was watching the Bible study that my friend had sent me, he even said it was like, I don't even get impressed by supernatural things anymore because my plant-based cheese, I love this. So good. I don't get impressed by her sexy supernatural things anymore because it was like the devil can also do supernatural things. And I literally was just like, it was like, so again, you need to know who and what powers you are listening to, and also know and discern whether or not you know how to rebuke them. And I can say that the powers that I play, it made me, I can say that was my beginning of my test for sure. And now, the ending of my test is making sure that the next place I'm in, I'm not just getting blessed, but I'm also being a blessing to people. That's one thing that people at the restaurant, they used to say, they was like, bro, your energy is infectious. You bring the energy. you are amazing to like see and just like work with and like look at how like you maneuver. Like you do that. But when my energy is down, you can feel that. And that's what so many times my manager said, she's like, you can't let your feelings rule your movement. And I definitely let my feelings rule my movement. And it's crazy because even in a little clip I seen from Michael Todd, he was like, this can be your best year. If spiritually this is your best year. And spirit choked my little ass up on the 9th in 9 days in this new year, so that I can know for the remainder of this is not what the fuck you doing. He, bitch. Yeah, stay on me, fuck you talking about. Because now, I do have to do some reconfiguring, some reconstructing. And it's crazy because, hold on. Fuck you talking about, you know me, I'm a note taker. Literally. They was talking about in the basement, all this connected. They was talking about one submitting. And then, this is what I like. This is what I like. That when I was watching the basement, it said, we are looking for people to amplify what we do well already, when the next level of greatness is in a package you wouldn't necessarily prefer. It gives you what you don't have. Look for the character of people rather than what package you think you will connect with. Now for my networking folks, I want to step the ladder. Are you connecting with people's package or character? And then I had to ask myself that. Am I really, when I say I want community, am I trying to hold community for people's character? Or about what we can all do for each other? And I think that's my issue as well. Like, I have put the parameters that people have put on me now onto people. In Chicago, I scream, let me be me. I come to a city where baby. Hell, if I wanted to, like my homie said, if you wanted to dress like a clown for 300 of the 365 days, I promise you somebody gonna be like, that's a nice ass goddamn hat you got on. I think that's a nice nose you got on. As long as it's authentic to you. And it's crazy because that's also what it says. That's also what they were talking about in the basement. That's also what they were talking about in the Bible study. That's also what they were talking about when I actually went to church. One, obeying, submitting. Submitting is a form of obedience because when you submit, you're being obedient even if you don't agree with it. I didn't agree going back into the service industry, but I knew I needed to obey. And in it, when I got in there, I don't want to be a disobedient little motherfucker and then be shook at the outcome like, oh my God, these motherfuckers really fired me. When it's like, well, bitch, did you do anything to actually stay hired? I started becoming frustrated. I started becoming, well, I didn't make enough today. Why the fuck did they even have me come in here? I started to be like, oh, they clicking up. They want to talk to themselves. Nobody want to talk to me. Then fine, I'm going to sit over here by myself. Every little thing, I'm wondering why I got the situation that I got. Because it's not that I didn't obey God. I didn't continuously do it. And it's crazy because, like you say, he will talk to you through other people. 6 months. All I needed was to obey for 6 months. And now I have to start all over and do this whole process again. Because I didn't obey. I didn't submit. And I let spiritual warfare, and I can tell you which one too, for the people talking about, because you know me. But right here, number 3 in the spiritual warfare: rulers of darkness, ruling in areas of darkness, absent of light, truth, thrives in ignorance and deception. That's exactly where he got me. That's exactly where he placed me. Because it says the devil knows the scheme and plots to torment you. Where do you feel defeated? I don't have enough time. My mama died early. My mama died when I was 21, going on 22. Ever since then, felt like I don't have enough time. I'm always rushing. Always rushing. I can literally tell you. October 9th, 2016 was the day I started rushing. The day I started rushing. I didn't feel like I had enough time. That was also the day my mama passed. Immediately went to rushing. Just like when I came here. First day. Get my crib. Didn't have no job, nothing like that. Didn't even know the areas. Got my crib, now I'm like, okay, perfect. Now let me work on my business. Now I can actually start, let me actually start talking to people about food trucks, this and this. Every single one of them went away. One of the girls, low-key, just got fired from her job because the whole time she trying to steal people money off of their cash app. Rushing. I've been rushing because I don't feel like I have enough time. Mind you, but that's where the devil literally got me at. Everybody is out to get me. Everyone is more critical on me because that's how it was when I was growing up. You got a 98, why you didn't get 100? Ooh. And it was because of that. Sorry, y'all. I'm getting hungry. I didn't think I was going to do one of these, but I realized how much I let the devil have spiritual warfare on me because I accepted things that was not true at all, and being disobedient and being inconsistent. Fire. And it sucks. But now, how do I fix it? So going back to when I went to the store, I told myself I can only get what is on my list. And I'm leaving. Boy, like 6 things in Whole Foods tempted me, and I'm like, no, everything's on the list, bitch, everything on the list. I get up to the lady after she, bagged my bags and all that whole time. I asked her, what's my total? I move the salad out the way. The lady tells me $53.69. And I've gotten every single thing on my list. I said, huh? She said, yes, $53.69. I said, and this is where I really seen it. Because, like, again, it be the simple shit. It be the simple shit that God be wanting us to follow that we don't follow. We be thinking that, obviously, he said, read the Bible every day. Obviously, he want me to read the Bible, go over here, count to 10,000 men. I know you want me to read it, but maybe I should skim it a little bit so I can go tell them, no, we just want you to read your Bible for 5 minutes every single day. Just how he told me, write down what groceries you need. Only get what's on your list. And I said that's been my lowest bill going to Whole Foods at that. $53.69. I told my friend, I was like, bitch, I literally saved a whole $100 by listening and being obedient and not getting what I want. And I was just like, damn. I wish I could have applied this a week ago, 2 weeks ago. Hell, who would have known what could have made a difference? Because our wants is not our needs. And sometimes the same things that we need are so parallel to what the fuck we want. I want my business to be, I want to be one of the best. But like, what if I'm the one fucking it up? And being like, the devil is a liar. The devil trying to get me. Baby, whatever you did to take off the attacks of the devil. I wanted to do a course for my NFTs. And I was like, I want to do it. But it literally was 2 minutes before that meeting. Cancel it. Because it was what I wanted to do. Not what God wanted me to do. Even right now, everybody's like, you ready? We can go take a resume here. And I'm like, I need to sit my ass down. I need to listen. I need to listen. Listen to what God tells me is my next move. Because in the next place I work at, whether it's in the service industry, whether I put myself back into an office, whether I go somewhere, as much as I want to be an entrepreneur, and I know I am going to be, it's not the time. It's not the time. And it sucks. But it's not the time. I'm still discerning and learning to be obedient. and consistent. I'm getting angry when it's slow days at a restaurant. Like, that don't happen. Like, that's not going to happen also in my business. I'm not even equipped. Yet I'm ready to run into it. And it sucks holding yourself accountable because it's easy to point the finger at that bitch, point the finger at that nigga, point the finger at that bitch, point the finger even at the devil, but can you point it at you? So now I'm about to watch me some more YouTube videos, journal. Take me a little walk or something. I did just get my bed frame in, so well, my new one the whole time. Put that together and wait till I hear God. Even if it's the most simplest instruction. I'm trying to set up multiple income sources and even click, lock down on my first one. I'm in a haste. And it's crazy because even when I was watching The Basement, it was like, when did you ever see Jesus in a haste? When did you ever see that Jesus was in a rush? He used to walk to the different places. And the one animal that he used was a walking animal, a donkey. So why are you in a haste? So, I think I have to say, bitches is back, not at square one. But I'm back on track to making sure that I listen to God. Because God showed me what happens when I try to listen to me. Okay? And you can see what happened. I'm jobless. And a potential connection could be tainted. And a perception of me that is out of me being in my pain body. Instead of me being in my divine spirit. But the fact that I wrote these niggas an email to apologize, and I could have been like, yeah, but y'all did this. It wasn't about that. It was about what I did. This is about what I did. Because how did I keep having rain on the situation when I could have been the motherfucking rainbow? So the next move, I'm listening to God. Well, that shit sound crazy or not, I'm listening to him. Can't just believe in God. You gotta live for him. So, shit. But that's all for today, y'all. I'll be back. I do got a video I'm gonna put up on some food soon. Not what I'm eating right now. No. Like, subscribe, follow. Remember why going into this week? Obey. Even if you don't agree. Even if it seems overly simple. Obey. And let yourself be a blessing instead of always looking to get blessed. Peace, love.